went through. You know, you got to question it. Oh, welcome to this week's call. I'm super excited to be here today. Tech just kind of helped me up a minute there, but here I am. You never know what Facebook's going to do, what tech's going to do, what Zoom's going to do, what I'm going to do. So welcome to Get Started and Retire Early Through Real Estate Investing, the Facebook group where we're giving so much value into how to get started, strategizing, so many different things, getting funding, being creative, subject to flips, the BRRRR strategy, the list goes on and on and on. So I give you my experience of 23 years, actually 24 now. It is 2024. I've been licensed since 2000 when I first got into real estate. And yeah, I've done pretty much every aspect of real estate since. I started out as a mortgage broker and then investor, realtor, and I chose to like dump everything and really focus on being a real estate investor. And since doing that, I've done a ton of wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, money lending, all the things that I train on here inside of this group. And I'm looking forward to watching you guys do it. I'm celebrating today as another client has just gotten a contract with a creative offer. That's what I teach is creative ditch the bank methods. So let's congratulate Donna on her success. One of the many students, my youngest to retire through these systems, retired at 28 years old. And some of the fastest contracts written has been done in 5 days. So those are the two big bangers. Everything else is average in between. You know, some people take all year to do their first deal. Some people do it, get it together within 5 days. Some people do it within 90 days, which is average for my clients. So there's all kinds of different ways to go about this. Every single one of you is different. And I give you that strength, right? Being different is a strength. Okay, so I'm going to go over a few things today about like what your biggest struggles are. So if you're joining me live here, go ahead and type #live. Let me know you're here because it just tells me that, you know, people are watching, but I can't see you. So let me get in here. I can see it. So, oh, that's me. Marjorie's here. Congratulations. Yes, to Donna. She's that amazing. She sent us, we have the pocket coaching where you can get a hold of me on a regular basis. My clients do. And she was in the Voxer going, oh, I did it. I got this property. They said yes. So she has a creative offer that she put out there. They finally said yes. And she is in contract. So congratulations to Donna. Everyone give her some love inside of the chat. Congratulations to Donna. And then I wanted to talk to you guys about what your struggles were, okay? So I get to share with my clients, you know, even my struggles. Like, so at one point I had a struggle with a tenant. At one point I had a struggle with escrow. At one point I had a struggle. I mean, there's always something, right? Real estate is not like the easy street. Just push a button and you've got all this real estate and everything's cool and gravy, right? That's not how real estate goes. There's always something. So let me know what your struggles are. What are your 3 biggest struggles? Type in the comments. Let us know. We address so many things here. This is where you can attend live and get questions answered right away. Or if you're having to watch the recording because you're busy during the day, that's fine too. Just hit #replay. Let me know you're here. And then the more you're participating, the more I can support you and get to know you. Again, because everyone's different inside of real estate investing. We all have our different strengths and weaknesses. And I hate even saying weaknesses because it's just, anyways, I won't dive into that strategy part of it. But anyways, there's ways that we get to structure ourselves accordingly. So whatever it is that you feel like is your biggest struggle, type it in the comments. Let me see here. Oh, we got lots of love for Donna. Hashtag live. Lots of love for Donna. Okay, good, good. So if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what your biggest struggles are. Your 3 biggest struggles. What I hear the most, just so that we understand what a struggle is inside of real estate investing, what I hear the most is, all this sounds great, Joanna, but I just don't know how to get started. Right? So that's the struggle. And then I get, well, I got to this point and I have found this property. My struggle is, if I just had funding, I could close on it. Does that sound like anybody? Yeah, put it in the comments. Let me know. One of them is, if I could just find a good deal, I would close on it. You may have the money, but you just can't find a good deal. All right, so everyone has their poison of, or what they think is poison, of their struggles, right? So getting started is taking action. It's being here, it's being on these calls, it's learning some next steps so that you can, get to the next one. So you're no longer getting started. Now you're moving the needle. Now you're moving it to the next step, right? Maybe your next struggle is, oh, well, I think I could close on this if I just had funding, right? So this is kind of like how it goes, right? Or if I could just find a deal, that'd be great. If I could just get some traction, that'd be great. And I'm here to tell you that those are the least of my concerns, right? And they're like, but I hear you. You're like, but that's number 1 for me. And I get it. Getting started could be confusing. Not knowing how to finance it. Maybe you're looking at traditional financing. Maybe you're looking at, JVing or private money lenders, whatever it is, hard money lenders. And you're just like, nobody will take my deal. Well, there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for that. So if you can't get something funded, it's typically because the asset's not desirable enough, right? The deal's not desirable enough, because funding is everywhere. It's just everywhere. And that's how I get my deals done. It's everywhere. Okay. So what I'm asking, or what I'm trying to tell you, is that funding's not the issue. Leads are not the issue. Leads are everywhere. Okay, you can get them every day of the week. You can get them from a lead source system. We use Property Radar. I can put that in the comments if you guys want to get a hold of it. Watch the demo. But it's actually featured at the top of the Facebook page if you want to find it. But it's a little demo, explains how it works, how to find leads every day of the week. You could also go to the courthouse. There's so many different ways we've gone over. There's a training on how to find leads in multiple ways. And it's in the guide section. And also how to do funding, right? And how to get started. Like, all of those things are here inside of this group. We've covered them so many different times. You can get those videos. And I'm not trying to ignore it. I'm just trying to get to a next step where I feel some people are right now as the biggest struggle. Okay, there's some core challenges that, real estate investors frequently have to encounter. And number 1 truly is the market. It's the market. Really understand, or finding, knowing what market you're in, understanding the market, kind of predicting the future, if you will. So when you know your market so well, this is why the very first thing in my coaching program, we identify the market you're going to be in, the steps to take to understand your market, because it is number 1 into creating deals. If you don't know your market, you don't know what deal to create. I hope that makes sense. The more you go down the rabbit hole with me, the more that's going to make sense. Some of you are still stuck on, but I don't know how to get started. It's okay. Let's focus on the market. Okay, that's a good start. Studying one market. So choosing it, right? Understanding it. And then getting it to the point where it's predictable, knowing where it's going, right? That's what I mean by predictable. Nobody has a, crystal ball. Nobody really knows. But based on history and statistics and the economy and how things are going, you can get a gist for what is going on and how to position a property according to the market. Okay, so the market actually resolves how to get started. It resolves the funding. It resolves finding deals, right? It totally, and you're like, well, how, Joanna? How does that have anything to? I'm telling you, because you create the offer according to the market that you're in. Does that make sense? I hope so. And this is what they're going to be learning in the Ditch the Bank. If you haven't already, dive into the Ditch the Bank method. We're doing the training, the accelerator training, starting on the 9th, where we're going to deep dive into this. Okay, we're how to find, choose, and understand your market so that it's predictable. And most importantly, what to avoid in each market. Okay. And then the other thing is most newbie investors, and even some seasoned, they start with, do I have funding first? Then I'm going to go find a property. Right. And so I started from nothing. So I had to create offers out of thin air. And it's become my staple over the years. Not having any cash to my name, not having anything really. I had to just put some blinders on. And what I did was I went and I asked, I was in my market, I was in my own backyard. It was a good market to be in Stockton, California. And for deals, right? I didn't realize it at the time. I just chose my backyard because it was right there. And I just created deals. I asked sellers what they wanted. I asked end buyers what they wanted. So if I couldn't do it, would you buy it? That was how I did that. So if I'm not going to be able to do this, how many other people would want a property like this? That gave me predictability, right? That gave me cash in my pocket because I was able to not just handle it myself, but if I couldn't, I knew who I could sell it to. And we call that wholesaling. Okay, so I give my students an option. They don't have to wholesale. If they can create a deal where they can hold it, which is the very first thing I teach you to do, because holding property is where all the benefits are at, that's great. But also, some of my clients, they'll bang out, 4 or 5 wholesales and create cash that get them out of a situation. Right. So I created wholesale deals to get out of my situation, created cash so I could buy my way out of a relationship. Yeah. Wholesale, real estate creates cash. So why not? Go do it. Go bang out the cash that you need. But know that this is all about retiring when you desire. They get started and retire early through real estate investing. Again, my youngest to retire is 28 years old. I have several clients that are, 2, 6, 11 properties. Yeah, so one of my clients just built her own home. So I'm super excited at watching them grow through these processes because they learned how to create offers, right? To create cash and to build their real estate portfolio to have that retired lifestyle so that work is an option. Because some of my clients really love what they do for work, but they don't want to have to work. So they have this the assets that are building and the cash flow that's getting the security so that they can take off for the holidays, so that they can do what they want. That's kind of the movement that we're doing in here inside of this group, is creating that. And also we geek out on the whole tax and legal strategy. I'm not a CPA or an attorney, so don't get me wrong, but I used to train on taxes. So I understand how a lot of this works. And I give my clients the strategic way to understand taxes when it comes to real estate, how to benefit from it. So holding property is the best way. If you're just wholesaling, you're missing out. So yes, I've done wholesaling. Yes, I train on wholesale. Yes, I help people create cash through wholesale. However, I want you to also know that holding property is where it's at. So number one, as I was talking about, is the market. That is the number one challenge that people I see have. They ping pong all over the place. Number two is they think they need to start with funding. So hopefully you realize you do not need to start with funding. You get to create the offer, and the offer presents for itself to fund. So that might be a little confusing to you. Type in the comments if you have questions on that. I would love to hear it. But if you're thinking you need to spend or save all the cash to get it, or even saving 20–30% to do traditional banking, you don't need any of that. You don't need a perfect credit score. You don't need any of that. Okay, I teach ditch the bank methods on purpose because I would rather you create your own economic independence and not live in a little box that the banks allowed you to invest in. And in our community, we have a teacher that owns 1,000 properties, and it's not because of qualifying with the bank and not maintaining, sitting there maintaining them all, right? So if you think you need to be the property manager on everything, if you think that, it's going to, whatever it is that you're thinking, there is ways to leverage and lead team to understand all of this. Okay, that's a huge scale method. I just want you to know that there's a bigger vision there for you. Just getting started, or even getting your 5th or 12th property, sometimes it's difficult. Okay, much less 1,000. So starting with funding is usually someone's downfall, a biggest challenge that people have, right? And then the third one that we have here is management of projects, portfolios, and tenants. So management is poor. There are some people that do real estate investing, and they think just because they have cash, they're going to buy real estate, and they're done. If they do a flip, they're guessing. If they have tenants now, they're guessing. If they're building a portfolio, right, they have multiple properties, they're still guessing. They're uneducated and they don't know what they're doing. That is the biggest challenge. That actually should be number one. Well, so I know there's some that have purchased property. They chose the wrong market. So again, it leads back to market being number one. So I guess we'll stick with market being number one. What I see a lot of is disgruntled landlords and disgruntled fix and flippers, right? Disgruntled fix and flippers. They didn't realize it was going to cost this much. They didn't realize the timetable that it would take. They thought it would be 4 months and they'd be living in all this dough. And here it is a year later, and they're bleeding out money because they're uneducated. They don't have anyone in their corner by their side. Let me see in the comments if I could find you here. That's why you're the bomb. Marjorie, you're so wonderful. Oh, I wanted to say congratulations too on a few people here. Thank you for that reminder. I was doing I don't know if you could see this here, but no, I can't show it. Some congratulations. I was doing congratulations for everyone that had joined me. Ditch the Bank, right? So Ahsoka and Kathy, Vicky, Tina, Marjorie, which I was just talking to, Marjorie. Congratulations for joining and stepping into the Ditch the Bank Accelerator, right? We start on the 9th, so I'm so excited for you guys to get started. And Tina Martin, yes, Julianne, and Bahra, B, she likes to be called B, and Hermelinda, Agnes. We have so many of you, Elisa, Benito, Nina Stewart. We have so many of you guys that are jumping into the Ditch the Bank Accelerator. We're going to have so much fun, and hopefully you guys see that, well, not just ones that have joined into the program, but everyone here in the group, you can see like there is ways around difficult real estate investing, right? There's ways around difficult real estate investing. And just everyone give a big congratulations to everyone who's joined so far in the Ditch the Bank Accelerator program. Lots of love to you guys, lots of love. I'm going to have so much fun. We haven't done this before. We have our large mastermind, our inner circle, we call them the retired folks. And so this accelerator is a way for everyone to just jump in and get all the deets so that you can close on your first property. Understand the strategic ways that we train our clients. Okay, so mastering that is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So I want to go back to management of project and tenant and portfolio. So management is such a huge deal. So I had a tenant or a client who she bought property, and she's like, okay, well, I bought property and I'm done, right? Like, no. I'm like, okay, so what about this about your tenant? Well, I don't know. Well, what about this about your repairs? Well, I don't know. So there was a lot of I don't knows, right? So getting started in real estate is just really obviously the beginning, but there's like bigger issues. Once you know how to get started, once you know how to close on a property, now here comes the work, right? It's the market, it's the funding part of it, it's the, you know, making the house pay for it. Okay, not a traditional bank. The funding, I mean, making the house pay for it. And then management is a huge deal, whether you're doing a fix and flip, managing the project, maybe you're managing with a JV partner. Those don't always go well. I don't JV if I don't got it. That's a rarity. JV generally goes south, and it's because of miscommunication. It's because of no contracts. I see, I mean, the JVs that I've done have gone just fine, don't get me wrong, but I see so much out there and I'm like, okay, you know, there's so many people that complain about JVs. And if you're not doing it correctly, you're going to end up hating each other. It's like getting married. So if you're not ready to get married to somebody, do not joint venture with them. I'm just saying. There's a lot involved. There's a lot involved. So even in wholesale, right? So if you're managing a fix and flip, right? You close on that, you have to manage the contractor, the realtor, all the different things that have happened inside of this event. Like, how long is it going to take? What happens if it goes over? What happens if there's more money that's needed? What happens if things go south? That's what you need to think about. Same thing with wholesale. So I train on wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, and money lending, right? So that's the only 4 things you get to do in real estate. Everything else is a derivative of one of those 4, okay? As wholesale, the whole escrow process, the end buyer, are they going to be happier? Are they going to want more business from you? Is the escrow going south? What's going on with the escrow? The title company performing? I've had a title company practically ruin my escrow. So not all title companies are great. So we had someone introduce herself inside of the Facebook group that you can get a hold of her, run your titles past her, and she does nationwide. So ask her what she could do for you. Having a title company in your corner by your side is so big. It's so big. They are there for you. When they do a good job, they're like gold. But when they do a horrible job, it's like a freaking nightmare. And you can't control it because basically they're in control, right? They're in control. So really get to know your title people, get to know your team. We go over this in my 5-day challenge. We're going to be going over in the accelerator, really how to vet people out to be a part of your team. Because, sorry, not all personalities get along. We just don't. We're human. We just don't. So finding the people that actually work like you do, have the same integrity like you do, is key. So I'm going to help my clients in the accelerator program to really understand how to do this and maximize it. But then also in the buy and hold part of it, again, we're on management still, management of projects, tenants, and portfolios, right? Screening tenants. So one of my clients, I said, so what kind of tenant do you have in there? She's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then I pull them in and I give them a complete plan on how to lead the property management company. Because we can't just let go of who has a 401k plan. Who has a 401k plan? Better yet, who is managing their 401k plan? Okay, probably nobody. And you probably shouldn't. And I'm not asking you to because you don't know anything about it. What I'm asking you to do is to lead the management of that portfolio. Okay, because if you think you can just go, oh, I'm having somebody else do it, you're wrong, and they won't take care of you. If they don't think you care, if you're hands off, they're not going to care. I don't care if it's property management, your 401k, your kids, no one's going to watch your kids like you do, right? You need to lead your babysitter into how you want them watched, right? Okay, now I think we're on the same page. Any questions on any of that? All right. Agreed, she says. Sure is. Great insights. Yes. Delisa, welcome, welcome. You are super welcome. All right, I don't see any questions here. I see lots of love. Marjorie, finding contractors, how to find fun, how to be creative with purchasing. Absolutely. We are covering all of that in the Ditch the Bank Accelerator, which starts on the 9th. If anyone is interested, Christine, our team lead here, our concierge inside the Facebook group, give her some love. She takes good care of you guys. Let me see here. Yes. Congrats. Leadership is key. Oh, that's a huge part. I'm so glad you brought that up. Delisa, we have a huge leadership portion into our retired mastermind program because you will only be, do, and have as much as your leadership is. So if we can raise your leadership, right, it raises your bank account naturally. And I don't care where you are in your leadership, there's always room to grow. And we just did a post on a budding flower, blossoming, that sometimes the flower, as it grows, the old petals fall off. And in our world as entrepreneurs, the old petals are like friends and family, they stay negative and they claw at you like the crabs in the bucket. And they're like, no, stay down here with me where it's safe. And they don't let you crawl out of the bucket and go find your goals and go with your passions. And it's all out of love. It's not, craziness or anything, but it's what keeps them safe and they want you to be safe. So with love, they go, please don't do that. It's not secure, right? And real estate investing, it's a gamble. It's like going to the casino sometimes, but it's the safest thing that you can invest in. It really is the safest out there. I sometimes compare real estate to the gambling casino. Like some people come in and they'll do the penny slots, the nickel machines or the cards, right? And then you got those guys way in the back that are 150K buy-in at the card table. There's like 2 people there, if that. Most people are going to the pennies and the nickel slots, right? That's typical real estate investing as well. Very few people are the large investors with the deep pockets. So doing creative real estate investing is important in order to build your portfolio, right? And to create the cash flow that you want. So many of us, another reason too, is so many of us became entrepreneurs over the last few years. We write everything off on our taxes, so we don't qualify with the bank. Many people don't qualify with the bank. They're like, even doctors that have been working for the longest time, their debt to income ratio, they don't qualify with the bank. So like, how do I do creative real estate investing so that I can grow my assets, grow my portfolio? And that is what creative real estate investing is all about. That's what we teach here so that you can grow your portfolio to whatever it is that you please. I do a retirement plan for you. I actually go over the numbers. So if you want to book a call and see what those numbers are for you, how many properties do you need in order to retire and how are you going to get there? Jump on a call and let's dial it in for you. Okay. Not a problem. Making the plan is half the battle. Okay. And have a list of questions ready to go to ask me so that you can get rocking and rolling in 2024. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Let me know. Christine says she's here to help. Yes. Leadership is key. All right, so yes, go ahead and type in the comments. If you have any questions, if you're watching hashtag replay, go ahead and let us know so that we could see you in here. The more you participate, the first of all, the funner it is. Networking happens, and networking is 90% of real estate investing. So get to know each other, get to understand each other. Some of you are wholesalers in here, some of you are buyers in here, and wait, that's a match, isn't it? So say what you do, introduce yourself into the group, let people know what you do, how you can serve. I can't remember. Let me see here. Donna says, you're always helpful, Joanna. Oh, thank you so much. Yay, Donna. Anyways, congratulations again on getting that yes. And it takes some effort, and it takes people in your corner by your side. If you're wondering how this works for you, go ahead and send us a DM, let us know. And we'll give you the best resources that we can give you. Maybe it's a guide section inside of the Facebook group. Maybe it's a call. Maybe it's a PDF that we have, a cheat sheet that we have. But we don't know unless you reach out and ask us the questions, you know, type the questions here, and then maybe we'll send you a DM and get specific so we know the best way to serve you. If you want inside of the Ditch the Bank method, the accelerator that starts on the 9th, it's still open. So you can reach out to Christine or type accelerator inside of the training here in the comments, and we'll reach out to you. Either way, we're here for you, and we want you guys to really win in 2024. I hope you enjoy these trainings, these little bit of tidbits that help you understand just a little bit more of real estate investing so that you can take it to the next level. I'll see you guys in the next training. Bye.